Peace and love, much love, everybody. Peace and love, Sandy Burwell. Good to see you. Happy Lunar New Year to everyone. This is a new year, and for some of you, you might be thinking, "How is this a new year when we just had one?" Well, actually, this is a Lunar New Year according to the Chinese zodiac and the lunar calendar. So, we have 13 lunar cycles in a year, and if you use the solar calendar that's based off the sun, then you're using 12 months, but we're actually using the lunar calendar when we take into factor the lunar new year. So today is the marks the lunar new year, and we already have a lot of things taking place on this lunar new year. Um, and first, before we even get started, I'd like to welcome everybody to the channel. And this is a channel where we use astrological, metaphysical, and historical principles to help you on your path to enlightenment. And we also I'd like to send a shout out to all my Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. Happy solar return to you all. So this is a lunar new year, and already we are talking about things that's popping off in California. We have things that's happening all over the place. We have shootings that just took place on this lunar new year, and I don't want to dampen the mood, but I definitely want to encourage you all as we look at this lunar new year, the year of the rabbit. This is a year of prosperity. We also have Venus on the move. So this is definitely dealing with prosperity, love, relationships, is dealing with friendships, negotiating, business, harmony, peace, all of these different principles of Venus. So all of this is happening during this time, and we're going to talk more about that today in this video. So I want to tell you all a story. I want to start off with a story about the rabbit. Let's talk about the rabbit and how there once was a emperor who invited all of the animals of the zodiac to his empire and to have a ball. And the rabbit was known to actually make fun of and mock the ox. Okay, and he would make fun of many of the different zodiac animals and basically mock them for not being as quick and as fast as he was. And this story probably sounds familiar to you all, but stay with me. Okay, this rabbit is very arrogant in the things that he says to the ox and the different animals, and the rabbit is actually making fun of in every approach that the ox take and every other animal for that matter. So the emperor goes on to say, if uh, whoever I'm going to hold a ball and whoever gets to my palace first, that will be the number of the zodiac you will be assigned. So whoever finishes this race first or whoever comes in what order you come in, that will be the order of your zodiac. So the rabbit took off. The rabbit was excited. The rabbit was looking to his right and his left and behind him, and all the other animals wasn't nowhere close to where he was. So the rabbit decides to fall asleep. And when the rabbit fell asleep, took a nap, he actually woke up and realized that there was three other animals that uh, passed him, okay, and came in first, second, and third, and he actually came in fourth. This story sounds familiar? Keep listening. Um, this rabbit actually woke up, came in fourth, and actually realized that he lost, okay? He started off strong, started off good, and he fell asleep, okay? Now, this rabbit we're talking about is you, okay? You're the rabbit. You're the one that we're talking about as far as this race is concerned, okay? Because we're talking about the rabbit, which represents prosperity. And when it comes to the rabbit was able to get information quicker than all the other animals, was able to process the information and really use his abilities when it came to other animals. But the problem was the rabbit fell asleep. And many of you are falling asleep at your same different abilities that this year is going to highlight those abilities. But if you get arrogant, just like this rabbit, and what do we mean by arrogant? We're talking about just because you have achieved certain levels of success or perceived success, you begin to fall asleep in your work ethic. Okay, you begin to become arrogant to others, and you're not realizing that other people desire the same thing that you do, and other people desire to be in the same place that you do. Okay. And so, with that being said, sometimes you look down on them and you actually begin to take a arrogant approach and in your work ethic and also in when it comes down to your drive. Okay. And so, that's what this rabbit actually lost sight of. And when we're talking about this person, this type of person broadcasting all of the information and broadcasting what they desire to do, but they lack and they fail on the back end. This is exactly what you're doing. Okay. And that's why the question was posed, will you win this year or will you come in last? Okay. So the rabbit is good and everything. It represents all these different principles, prosperity, fertility, love, being able to be agile and avoid perceived threats. Okay, and being able to navigate and scan the environment to see if there is a threat, and so they can avoid it. So the key is to not fall asleep. And some uh, keys to remember this year, or necessarily some colors to help you to remember, would be actually red, purple, and blue. So if you got a piece of paper, you can actually write that down or just replay the video and watch it back. So we got red that represents the root chakra, and that's all about your survival and basic necessities of life. And that's something that you're going to be dealing with or um, calling into remembrance this year. We got pink that represents the heart chakra, and this is dealing with unconditional love. This is for yourself and for others, because once you love yourself first, then you can love other people better. You always hear people say, I done gave everybody all my love, and now it's time to love me. Well, that's foolish. You should be loving yourself first before you actually love anybody else. And you can't love somebody better than you love yourself. You only project what's inside. Peace of love, rain. Then we have purple. Purple represents the crown chakra. This is dealing with higher consciousness. So we're actually going to be going through these lessons this year, especially if you are a rabbit, according to Chinese astrology or the zodiac. And of course, blue. Blue deals with the throat chakra and communication. So you're going to be learning how to communicate all of these things, your needs, how you express your unconditional love, how you are receiving the higher consciousness from above, and how you're actually spreading and using it for humanity. Now, some big numbers that is going to be strong this year is 3, 4, and 9. 3 representing the energy that you bring, the passion, the zeal, and the desire for success. And you can't get success and utilize this energy unless you are number one, organized. Okay, dealing with the number 4. Okay, you have to be organized. You have to have some structure to what you're doing. You can't just be flip flopping and all over the place, because you're not going to get you anywhere. And then, of course, 9, dealing with endings and completions. And you might be thinking, what am I going to be completing? Completing those old habits of the things that you continue to do each and every day. So this is the different numbers that you're going to be dealing with, the energetic principles of these numbers, and of course some favorable directions for this year, especially if you're the rabbit. You're dealing with directions from the southeast, and directions as far as favorable, auspicious times for you to manifest things. When you're dealing with directions of wealth, we're talking about the northeast and we're talking about the southwest. Okay, so these are directions of downloads that you'll be getting from each direction. And we talk about love, we talk about the east, and all of these directions are aspects of your higher self. Okay, so now when we look at the new year, we got to talk about what is the new year. The Lunar New Year of the Rabbit. This is actually a holiday that's well known all over the world, but is based in China, and basically um, it's a public holiday, and it's well known and publicly celebrated for at least 7 days. Okay, and today starts that day. We have the moon in Aquarius is growing. So this is dealing with others. This is dealing with humanity, dealing with people, dealing with large groups of people. And we see large groups of shootings and large groups of car crashes. A lot of things just took place during this Lunar New Year. Now, this event can last up to 16 days, okay? And it caps off with the Lantern Festival. The Lantern Festival is going to be celebrated on the 5th of this year, of February. And the Lantern Festival is going to be about reunion. It's going to be dealing with your kindred, your loved ones. It's going to be dealing with love. And the traditions of the lantern is normally lighting the lantern and dealing with the night lights, okay? The principle of the lantern being the guiding light when you can't see anything. Okay, so this is a reflection of the sun, and this is how we are going to be reflecting the purpose. Now, the whole purpose of a new moon, we just had a new moon when the sun and the moon merge. A lot of times when the moon moves away from the sun, we get away from our true mission in life. But when it reunite with the sun, the moon does, this is where you get an opportunity to refocus what you really came here for. Refocus on the mission and the purpose what you really came here to accomplish and finish. So we just had this new moon and sun connect to recenter and re-help us to get on the same page with why we really came here. And so this festival, the Lantern Festival, is going to help you to remember that and remember this in large groups and also with your soul groups and how you can reconnect with them to carry out the mission and just about having a good time. So if your kindred, you guys are not talking, you guys are not speaking or on speaking terms, or things are not good with your kindred, this is a time to try to fix that and try to work through that. Okay, so again, the rat, the ox, the tiger all came in first, or they came in before the rabbit because the rabbit fell asleep. Now, the key is, again, to be in tune with your true mission and your purpose, not to get arrogant. As you are well within your abilities, you have a lot of great talents and abilities, but the key is, again, if you will fall asleep. Now, um, I wanted to bring this highlight out about this Lunar New Year. And so now I'm going to get into the forecast of what you can expect for uh, Monday through Saturday. I will cover some other things, but let's talk about uh, Monday through Saturday because Venus is about to do something good for you all. And I'm happy for some of you been asking about relationships. So as you can see, we have Monday. Again, we have the moon in Aquarius here, and the moon in Aquarius is conjunct Saturn, okay, and Saturn and Venus is in Aquarius. So, again, this is a good day for you getting things done. This is a day of determination. Um, This is also a day of decision making, okay? Using your intellect, okay? We're talking about the sign of Aquarius. This is air. This is a need for mental stimulation. And again, new plans, new ideas, and strategies. You got to take a new approach. Aquarius is about innovation. So this is about taking new approaches to the way that you do things. And again, actually, shortly after, we're gonna have the moon enter into Pisces. Okay, so and right when it enters into Pisces, it's going to square Mars and Gemini, and that's going to bring a whole confusion of energy. You shifting plans and feeling like which direction to go. But don't worry about it because as the moon grows in light, this is where you'll get more of the road will be cleared and shown to you on this day. Now, here's some key things that you want to do. If you got a pen and paper, again, take notes, some things that you can focus on doing on Monday, and then, of course, some things that you want to avoid if possible. You want to make sure that you be compassionate as the moon enter into Pisces, okay? And make sure that you give. Pisces is a given sign, and you can embody these characteristics tomorrow. So you definitely want to make sure that you double check your schedule because you might have read the paper wrong or the invitation wrong, or you might have wrote something down wrong. So double check your schedule. You definitely want to pay attention to your energy because when the moon is in Pisces, Pisces is a water sign. You can actually be a little more sensitive at this time. And if you make oils, if you're into making oils or producing oils, perfumes or if you just work on the sea in general, because the Pisces, the water deals with sea, or if you're working at institutions, you definitely want to pay attention to your mood, okay? Because it could swing up and down, and you could be reading too much into a situation on this day. So you definitely want to look out for that. Peace of love, JL. And if you are able to, if it's in your budget, you can go ahead and make a donation to a good cause, okay? Because again, Pisces is all about having compassion and sharing. And you definitely want to make sure you keep your receipts just in case you have to return something. And of course, Moon and Pisces. Pisces is all about intuition, imagination. So you're going to be looking at your intuition and as a guiding point, trusting your intuition tomorrow, and make sure that you clean up your carpet. I know Pisces is also a sign of vision and imagination, and so a lot of people have been doing vision boards and things like that. But you don't want to, as we have this Lunar New Year, and then we got Venus about to move into Pisces, to get so caught up in daydreaming about your goals and the way you desire your life to be that you do nothing, and it makes you stagnant. So just keep that as a reminder. Um, Make sure that you burn some incense and essential oils tomorrow. Um, Rain says Pisces don't uh, re- revive well. They view kindness as an ego stroke. Oh, I don't know if you meant to say receive well, but yeah, okay. Um, so tomorrow, you definitely want to make sure that you be sound in your decision making, because this energy can actually make you indecisive tomorrow. And of course, with Pisces, we gotta, not forget to not to idolize people tomorrow, because sometimes we can have these perceptions of people how we see them in our head, and then actually project that onto them, and then make them be that in our mind. And then when they don't be that way, they let us down. We ready to, cuss them out and cut them off and block, all these different type of things. But just remember, don't idolize anybody tomorrow. And of course, I know I said, go with your intuition, and your intuition will guide you, but don't let your heart rule your head all the time, And so tomorrow, you're going to be dealing with having to make a sound decision. And of course, your intuition going to be strong, but also remember, use logic as well. Of course, I said give and donate to charitable or good causes, but of course, you can't remember or you can't neglect yourself. So remember, don't exhaust your finances, and don't get distracted at the job. Sometimes we can go to a job. Of course, a lot of our people don't like to work, and a lot of times you can be lazy and be checking the phone, checking the phone, checking the phone. So you don't want to get distracted on the job, because you will get caught. um, and again, don't neglect yourself, don't neglect your sleep. It's very important. And of course, with all of this given with Pisces, you can be in a rut when it comes to helping others and serving others, because they will be very manipulative. So don't be controlled or manipulated by a close friend or relative just because they need it. Again, you got to also preserve self, because if you don't, you're not going to be able to help anyone anyway. So that's what the energy we're looking at on Monday, 23/23. Now, for Tuesday, we have a reflection day, and we got Mars direct. And this is where you're going to be very, very reflective, and you need to be aware of deception. This can come in all forms. This can be the self deception from you. This can be self deception that is caused from a lot of the things that you do and you think others can't see, or and they probably can't. Only you really know. But this is also dealing with dishonesty, because there's a lot of things that we know about ourselves that other people don't know, falsehoods and deceit. So you're going to be doing some reflecting during this time period on Tuesday. And sometimes this reflection is good, because sometimes a lot of us feel like we're above the law and we don't have to follow any rules. And this is where you need to face those issues face to face. And these issues are going to resurface from the past as you're focusing on this Lunar New Year, you're going to have to do some reflection. And remember, number 9 is very important this year for you, especially if you are the rabbit, because you're dealing with completions, completing cycles and habits. And so this is bringing that to question. All right. And you got to face those issues. So some of you all are going to be dealing with this energy of casual smoking, drinking, and drugging. This is Tuesday is like that overindulgence. Mars is like self-indulgence because it's all about self. And so this is where you're going to want to make sure that you're reflecting. Most of your finances is going to your self-indulgence. So you got to look at the things that you're indulging on that gratifies your root chakra, which is this year's focal point. But you got to also think about your desires versus your needs. Okay. Um, and then of course you got to use this time to sharpen your intuition, because this is where you'll get the moon in Pisces conjunct Neptune in Pisces, and this is going to give you strong intuition on Tuesday. But you can't access it if you on the go constantly, because Mars deals with action and being active. And if you constantly on the go and not slowing down, you're gonna miss out on that intuition. Now you might get those little nudges as you're out and about, but uh it's still neglecting getting close to self through that meditation or just slowing down. You're definitely gonna want to slow down on Tuesday. Now on Wednesday, this is a tricky day. Okay, we got Mercury moving direct. Now a lot of people like to blame Mercury for being retrograde. Now, like I said before, just because Mercury is retrograde doesn't mean that everything goes bad. When Mercury comes direct, you even still get things that fall apart. And here's a day to prove that. This is Wednesday that can be a very tricky day. Mercury is direct, no showers or no storms on this planet. Yet you have the moon entering into Aries, conjuncting Jupiter and Aries, and that's going to be strong. Okay, you're getting a lot of power there, and there's also going to be sextile in the Sun in Aquarius. So you're getting a lot of power from the fire and air dynamic. But then when you look at this day in close perspective, then you start to see that you're going to have to look at all of the things that you did up until this point and revisit your commitments to yourself and to other people. Okay, did you let yourself down? Did you let others down from not following through? And then, of course, this is where Mercury gets tricky, because some of your plans may get canceled tomorrow on Wednesday. Okay, this could lead to stress, and that could actually lead to stagnation, because now you feel like, damn, I was actually putting in work, I was building, I was gaining momentum, I was doing all these things, but now it seems like it came out of nowhere. This is what I'm talking about with that Mercury, because remember, Mercury can be either the magi or the trickster. Okay, even though it's direct, it still can give you that energy. And Rain said it's set to snow in the Northeast on Wednesday. See, there you go, right there. So you think you're gonna be doing all these things, traveling, and then you got this tricky Mercury coming in. So on Wednesday, make sure that you do something exciting if you can. And you're going to want to make the first move when the moon is in Aries. And we're dealing with Mercury. We're dealing with Wednesday. Mercury rules Wednesday, and Mercury is all about trade and commerce. And so make sure that you negotiate good bargains, good deals on Wednesday. Um, think before acting, because Mercury deals with the mind and communication, and Mars and Aries, the moon in Aries deals with action. So think before you take action. Um, stay active. Okay, don't just sit around on Wednesday, because this is a great day, especially if you're into your health, to build muscle. And of course, you want to take care of your face, because the moon is in Aries and deals with the head and the face. So take care of your face, facial care on this day. And again, slow down. Mercury is about movement, it is about speed. So is Aries, about speed, daredevils. Slow it down. Don't rush. You rushing out the house to go get some weed, you rushing out the house to go get whatever, fall and trip and break your ankle. Slow down. Okay. You also want to be careful not to start a fight on Wednesday. Okay. Because this is going to be a huge misunderstanding on Wednesday. Again, even with Mercury direct, don't confuse lust with love on Wednesday, because Aries is all about, pleasure, and ruled by Mars, self gratification. And you might think that, oh, just because I hooked up with this person, that I love them, and that's not true. So don't make rash decisions that'll affect your entire life. And telling people what to do is not going to fly by on Wednesday. So just calm down and don't get impatient, because I know Aries got to do it fast. We got to do it quick, and this can make, if you slow down, that can frustrate you. But you know, just be patient. And if you don't be patient, you'll have a tendency, or you'll be prone to blow up on people. So just calm down, take it easy on this day. And of course, you want to take your time and not try to rush and burn the food on Wednesday, because we're also dealing with impatient people. And sometimes when you're impatient, you either too fast or you're too slow. So you if you're too fast, it means the food is not going to be cooked all the way. If you're too slow, that means that you burned it. So now you also want to not take risk on the road. You're going to make a left turn on Wednesday, even though you know the other person on the road is speeding, coming. You think you can beat them. Don't take any risk on Wednesday. Okay, that's this is what you actually need to pay attention to on Wednesday. One of those tricky Mercury direct days. Now on Thursday, we got a favorable day in the making. We got Jupiter and Aries. We got both of these aspects, because this could go either way, but I like to look at the brighter side. This is a favorable day. We got Venus moving into Pisces, and this is going to be a preview of what's to come in the future, but it's going to last until February the 20th. Mark that down if you're taking notes. February the 20th. Venus is going to enter into Pisces until February the 20th. And this is going to be the focal point for love. Okay. It's going to be the focal point for courting, for singles, for couples, for deal making, negotiating, peacemaking. All of these things you get an opportunity to do. And again, with this Lunar New Year, this is uh, what you're focusing on. And so the energy of the day for Thursday is going to put you on defense. Okay, so when it comes to other people, this is a day that's ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter rules Sagittarius. This is also going to put you on the defense. When you hear something, somebody go off on somebody, you're going to automatically come at them and try to come to their defense. And so I would say for Thursday, you definitely want to make sure that you are prepared to deal with the worst. You're going to be ready to receive whatever energy that they're putting out. And of course, I already know how you're going to match it. So I don't got to tell you about that. But you do need to be prepared for any challenge that's going to come your way on Thursday, because again, you see that face there. It ain't moving. Okay. He's like, I'm not budging on my stance. Okay. But you also do have the beginning of the opportunity to connect with love. Now, I would say don't rush and jump into something as far as love and connecting with other people on this day. It may be the start of something, but I would wait more so to the weekend for that. Now, on Friday, this is where we get uh, an opportunity day. This is again Venus enters into Pisces, and you're getting more of the same of Thursday, but you're getting a chance to enjoy this birth of new energy, this new excitement, new relationships or rekindled relationships, and then also some of you are going to be dealing with some paperwork. Now, this could be divorce, this could be separation, this could be a union, this could be symbolic of commitments that's actually coming and happening for you on Friday. A day ruled by Venus. Venus is actually in Pisces on this day. And this is where you get new commitments in relationship. This is what this paper is symbolic of. And then you're also getting new commitments or new commitments in enterprise, business. Okay, so this is a favorable day, Friday, and you get to enjoy this on Saturday, which is also a reflective day. And this is also where you get to merge not only the the opportunity for business, not only the opportunity for wealth, prosperity, but also for love. And now, for all of you singles and all of you who desire to be with someone else, or you in the process of talking to somebody else, up until the 20th is where you get a preview of what's to come for the future. So now, even though you might be talking to this person and it might be going well, really try to make plans, okay? Because this could be something that go for the long run, okay? And for others of you, this is going to be a time where you get a chance to make things right, where you get a chance to another opportunity at love. Because some of you have a uh, sour mindset when it comes to love and expectations. And of course, when Venus is in the Pisces, this is where you're talking about a long list of expectations, a long list of desires and ideals of how you think this person should be. Well, you get an opportunity, the universe is aligning so that you can get that. But the true test is going to come after this. So this is like a trial period. This is you're getting a trial period from the universe and saying, okay, we'll give you a free trial at this thing one more time, and if not, once the permanent thing comes, then that's it. Okay, so are you going to choose the list, or are you going to choose what's in front of you? Okay, the universe are aligning certain relationships and people for a reason, and it's not always about you. Okay, sometimes the universe is bringing these people in your life to help you to work on aspects of yourself that is hidden only to you, but the universal consciousness knows exactly what's going on. Exactly, that's realistic. It has to be realistic, Rain. That's right. Now, do we have any questions about any of this that we discussed so far? Any questions? Okay. Any questions? Okay, all right. So if there's no more questions or no questions at all, you guys enjoy the rest of your night. Now, with this Lunar New Year, we already have things popping off. Now, um, in the next video, we're definitely gonna have to talk about what just happened with this Lunar New Year and all of the events that's taking place while other people are distracted. There's a lot of stuff that's going on. So we're gonna touch on that in the next video. The race is not for the swift is a great saying. That's right. The race is not for the swift. Okay. The rabbit is quick, is fast, is agile. You're gonna have to activate these characteristics this year. You're gonna have to embody those traits. But again, it's not for the swift. Okay. You got to know when to move, how to move, and when to utilize your abilities. And again, not adopting that arrogant mindset. Okay. Rabbits can produce and reproduce themselves over and over and over and over again. Um, and you know, they have a great ability to scan the environment and use this ability for survival. And this is what you're going to have to do for this year. So, um, that came full circle. Chinese New Year. Happy Lunar New Year, collective and noble. Guard up everyone's strategy and humility. That's right. All right. So you guys enjoy the rest of your night. All right. You guys enjoy the rest of your week. And we definitely got to talk about a lot of stuff that's happening tonight, what happened, and actually yesterday. So we're going to talk about uh, some things that, again, what I told you about the destruction has to come. Also, the liberation, well, more of the destruction is here, but also uh, the liberation is busting through, okay, because of this. So you guys enjoy the rest of your night. You enjoy the rest of your week. Be safe, slow down. Remember, Venus is transiting or ingressing into Pisces, so opportunity for love is here. Peace and love. Hotep, I hail them, and you guys have a good one. Peace.